You too. I do not own the rights to this music. Good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. Um, Name a rags to riches story you know that everybody's familiar with. And if you can't, why is that? Yet the rich is still getting richer. I mean, I saw a graphic. I should have took a picture of it. But like in the last 3 or 4 years, the wealthy's income has, in some cases, tripled and quadrupled in the last 2 or 3 years. But yet, we don't speak to each other. We don't talk to each other. We don't even trust each other. But what rags to riches story you know of? And if you don't know one, why? That's a good question. If you don't know of a rags to riches story, why is that? But yet the rich are still getting richer. And seeing they got us fighting each other, and we paying all these high-ass prices. And we ain't paying no attention to that. We're suffering with that, but we can't speak to each other. We don't trust each other. We won't uplift each other. Why? I mean, ask yourself this question. Why? Why you don't know of a rags to riches story, but the rich are still getting richer? Okay? What's going on, John? How you doing, man? Thank you for joining me, brother. I mean, think about it. Think about it. Why you don't know of a rags to riches story? Out of all these millions of people that's in the world, how come you can't point to a rags to riches story that everybody know about? But they keep their income is steadily growing. But you can't, so why your income ain't growing? Why you don't get an opportunity? Why you can't get a chance? I mean, think about it. But yet, they getting richer. And you know, we fighting each other, killing each other, degrading each other, doing all of that. But the rich are still getting richer. Why common people can't break through? Why the average person can't break through? What's his name? And see, you know, and look at it. Like John said, he know one person. But the rich are still getting richer. And we can't seem to break through. Why is that? I mean, seriously, why is that? No matter how hard you try, and you can't come out here and do it the right way. See, you got a lot of people that's been cheated to get ahead, then cut a corner to get ahead. Okay? Wall Street trapper. Okay. Well, I mean, hey, maybe it's me. But I'm trying to figure out, man, why can't regular folk break through? Why none of the regular people ideas work? You know, and that's what we need, man. right now, this world needs a good rags to riches story to give people some hope that it's still possible. And right now, we don't even see that it's still possible to be able to get to that stage of wealth where you don't have to worry. You know, without cheating. You know, without stabbing somebody in the back. I mean, he's a millionaire. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? And you probably don't even know that. See, that's what I'm saying. Okay? There's not many people, man. Why? And the rich income done quadruple. But we can't name nobody that's done made it through. I don't know a rags to riches story. What's going on, gamer? I don't know a rags to riches story. I don't know one. And I'm here right here in Washington, D.C. I don't know one. I can't tell you a rags to riches story. Okay? Everything good, gamer. I can't tell you a rags to riches story. Okay? I'm talking about somebody that's done pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. Ain't cheat, ain't done nothing. But they worked their idea. And they done made it. Or maybe they don't want you to see that example. Because it might give you some ideas that you can make it. Because right now, you got people fighting over crumbs, man. They fighting and killing themselves over crumbs. And the rich is still getting richer. But you fighting over crumbs. I got a guy on Twitter that is, and he probably come up in here talking about why am I trying to get the attention of Dubai just to get some money? Why not? Why not? Because some of y'all don't even think it's possible. You'd rather go out here and beg and plead with somebody. Oh, I don't know, again, I've never had heartburn. I can't tell you that. Ginger ale. Try that. I ain't no doctor. But seriously, Leon Howard. Let me look that name up. You say Leon Howard. Let's look this name up and see what comes up. Wall Street Trapper. Let me see what he looked like. Okay, a Wall Street Trapper. What is a Wall Street Trapper? Let me look up. Let me find out. Let me ask that question. See. I never heard of a Wall Street. What is a Wall Street? What's a Wall Street Trapper? What do Wall Street Trappers do? Known for educating the culture on how to build wealth one share at a time. So basically, he's giving people. But I'm talking about somebody that's done came up with a God-given idea and worked their idea and broke through. Why is that? Okay? Well, but what about them? What about these people that ain't smart enough to get into that game? Are they excluded? Is the stock market the only way you can break through? You mean tell me that's the only way you can break through? Is on the stock market? Or as an athlete? Or an entertainer? Or a drug dealer? Okay? I mean, think about it, man. Think about it. And if the bottom fall out of that thing, he back broke again. But name a rags to riches story that you know of with a person with an idea. Thank you, Russell. No, I'm not giving up, man. Sometimes. See, now, see. Thank you, John. See, if you've been in the system and you on a redemption tour to rebuild yourself, they'll give you a chance. But if you ain't never been in the system and you've been out here honestly trying to do what you're supposed to do, you can't get a chance. But that joker that's been to jail can cut the line and get in front of you. And you've been trying to do it the right way and still can't get through. But because you done did something wrong, see, you can cut the line. Just like these jokers coming in here, these illegal immigrants coming in, cutting the line in front of people that's doing it the right way. And they can cut the line and get in front of them. That ain't right. That's not right. And yet, we won't talk to each other. We won't communicate with each other. We won't even uplift each other. But if you do something wrong, you can cut the line. You know? I mean, seriously. And you ain't supposed to have a problem if somebody can cut the line in front of you. You're supposed to be good with that. You're supposed to be okay with that. But I'm asking you, tell me a rags to riches story you know of that somebody came up with a crazy idea and it worked. I'll take a look at this story. Okay? Hold on a second. I gotta. No, seriously. That's what I want to know. How come? Why you don't know a story? Why you want a story? How come you can't get a chance? Think about that for a minute. Why you can't get a chance? You know? Everybody else can get a chance. How come you can't? Why you can't? Well, see, they're going to always have a selected few that they can let get through. And he's one out of how many billion? Okay? He's just one out of how many billion? I do, Miss Periscope. Just one out of how many billion? We should have a rags to riches story in almost every city of somebody being able to break through. Okay? But how come you can't break through? How come you can't come up with an idea? And then when you try ideas, they call you crazy because they don't see it. When you're trying to do something positive, when you're trying to be uplifting, it don't work. But I mean, seriously, think about this, y'all. The rich wealth in the last 3 years has quadrupled. Matter of fact, let me look that up. Let me look there. I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. So y'all okay. Listen to this. Listen to this. Oh, wait a minute. It says Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the world's richest men got $465 billion richer in the last 4 years. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and the world's richest men got $465 billion richer in the last 4 years. $465 billion richer in the last 4 years. Okay? Let's matter of fact, let me do it this way. Let me do it like this. All right. Jeff Bezos makes $7.9 million an hour. Listen to this. Jeff Bezos makes $7.9 million an hour. Okay, let's just say 8 million. 8 million. That's 960. Wait a minute, no. 8 million an hour. Hold on a second. Damn. 8 times 24 is $192 million a day. $192 million a day times 365 Jesus Christ, that's $70 billion a year. He makes $8 million an hour. And you still struggling with below minimum wage? And yet, you can't speak to each other. You mad at each other. You don't think he got something to do with some of these high-ass prices we got? You don't think he got something to do with some of these high prices? How you think he making all this money, $8 million an hour? How you think he can afford to do that? Man, in fact, let me see hold on, let me see. How much did Jeff Bezos make last year? Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, a key figure in modern business, saw a massive increase in his net worth from $107 billion in early 2023 to $177 billion a year later. He picked up $70 billion in 1 year. 1 year! $70 billion in 1 year. And you can't speak to each other. You mad at each other. Okay? $7.35 an hour. Shit. I mean, seriously, man. I mean, seriously. And we fighting each other. And look how the rich is raking it in. How come you can't get none of that? And then when you try, people say you crazy. They say you crazy because you trying to get some of the rich money because they don't think they can do it. So since they can't do it, you got to be crazy if you think you can do it. No, I ain't got it fixed yet, man. Cat is still sitting there. It's okay. It's good. Okay? No, it's still down. Still down. I'm still catching the bus, man. Every day I go down to the White House, I get on the bus. Sometimes my daughter come pick me up, and sometimes I catch the bus home. I still do what I got to do, man. I still do what I got to do. Okay? Because the caddy ain't running, it used to depress me that I had to get out there and get, but now it don't even bother me. I get out there and I get on that bus, man, and go where I got to go. Don't worry, I'm gonna have it refurbished. I'm gonna get it refurbished. It's gonna look brand spanking new. That's right. And I told my kids, don't sell it because it's an antique. Don't sell it. It's an antique. And that's what I keep telling my kids. Don't sell it. It's an antique. I'm gonna get it refurbished. I'll get it refurbished. Sure will. I will. Something gonna break sooner or later. Cause I'm gonna tell you something, man. See, we have lost faith in each other. That's the problem. See, mankind done lost faith in mankind because they lump everybody together. They don't separate the good from the evil. They just lump everybody together. And if one person is doing it, they assume everybody's doing the same thing. Okay? Serious. And this is a problem. Right now, folk don't want to separate good versus evil. They don't see good people. You know how many people that walk by me on a daily basis and tell me, I appreciate you being here, but won't even think about putting $1 in the bucket to say, man, let me help you? And see, and no matter how good your message is, if it ain't generating no income, it's not successful. That's just how they play the game. If whatever you doing don't generate no money, you ain't successful. And seeing people want my message to be successful, but they don't want me to enjoy the success of it. See, they want the message to be successful, but man, if that message was successful, people gonna come, man, how you doing this? How you make it out of here? How did you start doing this? Because people don't have a problem. See, if I was successful, I got to talk about that. Because that's what made me successful. See, there's no way I can enjoy any kind of success and not talk about what made me successful. Okay? There's no way. But right now, here I am. I can't get in public and say, man, look, stop hating each other because you disagree, because most folks scared to support this. They don't see now. If I was an organization, see if I had a nonprofit. See, they'll jump all over. But me as an individual, I'm not supposed to come up with any ideas that can make me successful. I'm not supposed to be able to do that. Okay? And that's the travesty, man. And that's how they keep us trapped. Because they tell you, you can't come up with no ideas that's going to make you successful. You ain't supposed to be able to do that. But yet, they charge us all these high-ass prices. You think the rich people ain't making money off these high grocery prices? Off this high gasoline price? You think they ain't making no money off that? You out your mind. All these high pharmaceutical prices, you think they ain't making no money off that? Because, see, a lot of them are privy to some knowledge that you don't even have. Because you ain't in that income bracket. And all they got to do is keep poor people fighting. And they can rake them over the coals. And they ain't gonna talk about the pain that they feel because they too busy fighting each other. That's the whole purpose of this. To be distracted by race so we can rob you blind. You know, seriously. But how come you can't get paid for your ideas? Why you got to give your ideas away? Why you always got to be free and they making tons of money? But when it comes to you, you got to give your shit away. See, you can't expect to get paid for your idea. You got to give it away. And then they'll come along and tweak it and make millions of dollars and leave you out in the cold. That's the one reason I don't drop this message. As much bullshit as I've been through, I ain't dropping. I'll die first before I get this up. Because I know somebody's sitting there salivating, waiting for me to just say, I'm done with it. And they got the resources. See, because they know I'm living out of a hotel. So I ain't got no resources. And you're going to tell me, man, as many people that I've been behind with this sign, ain't nobody in marketing saw that? Ain't nobody, I haven't been able to get the attention of no marketing company? Think about that. Okay? Seriously. I mean, seriously. I have not been able to get the attention of nobody in marketing. In 4 years that I've been out here with, nobody has seen this sign. And yet they all agree with it. But ain't nobody seen it. Don't nobody want to acknowledge it. Why? Because if somebody like me break through, see, it's going to give some other people some ideas. Damn, if he did it, maybe let me try it. See, and that's what the deal is. See, they don't want the masses to be awake to know, man, you can get out here and try some stuff and succeed. You ain't got to lie. You ain't got to cheat. You ain't got to steal. You ain't got to be dishonest. You can come out with your level best creativity and make it. Hell, let me tell you, my kids this year will be 41 and 40. The last time I saw my kids' mama, they was 2 and 3 years old. I couldn't tell you if she dead or alive today. And she ain't no stranger in my house. I just don't know where she is. She's never been a stranger in my house. Okay? Never been a stranger in my house. But when I saw that she didn't want to be bothered, man, I just put my head down and said, I got to be a single dad and raise my children. Yeah, I made some mistakes. Of course I made some mistakes. Because I was being a father through trial and error. I didn't have a dad. My grandmama raised me. So I had to go on what worked for me with my grandmama. Shit, that's what I use. Okay? And some of that stuff was outdated. But I tell you what, I bet you can't outwork one of my kids. Today, bet you can't outwork neither one of them. Can't outwork neither one of them. Okay, because I did put some work ethic in them. But, you know, if I was one of them dudes that ignored his children, you know, went to jail, shit, I can get chance on top of chance on top of chance. I can cut the line. If I've been in the system, and the only jail you're gonna come up with me is when I was vending, cause I was trying to break up the corruption in it, and they locked me up, man. I mean, just on a hum, just like that. So that's the only jail I done seen is for vending, a vending violation. And at that time, man, the dope scene was out of control. I have been arrested, and the dope boys were standing over there laughing. And look at that nigga. They locking him up for vending. And the police knew they was dope boys. But they had free will to do what they want to do. But yet, when it came down to a vending violation, I got to go to jail. But the dope boy had free reign to do whatever they want to do. That's how bad DC was back in the day, buddy. I mean, I'm serious. It was just that bad. Okay? Well, man, sometimes I do want to give up. Sometimes I do want to quit. Sometimes I do get discouraged. I do. Sometimes I do. It's hard, man, to know you got the answer and don't nobody want to give you a chance. I got the answer right there for the world. I could set this anywhere in the world and it would work. And yet, I can't get nobody to say, man, I can get behind that. Let me sponsor that. You think that ain't discouraging? You think for 1 minute that ain't discouraging? To know you got the answer for the world and won't nobody give you a chance? And then you get some of these little dick motherfuckers come up in here and they want to put you down. And that's what I said. Some little dick motherfuckers that want to sit back on the sideline and all they can do is throw stones. Yeah, I remember the DC sniper. Yeah, I was here when that was going on. And see, even with the DC sniper, some black folk told him, man, that came out of a white car. But they was looking for a white van. Okay? Hey, what's going on, Bernie? Thank you for joining me, man. The first person they shot, the car was in Maryland, and some folk told him, man, that shot came from a white car. And for whatever reason, they started looking for a white truck. And it wasn't a truck. And it's only until I think his girlfriend put two and two together, and that's how they caught him. His ex-wife, or whoever she was, started putting two together, and that's how they caught him. They caught him at a rest stop. But until then, and see, with the sniper, that's how they perfected jamming up the beltway. Cause when they had a shooting, first thing the police would do in Maryland and Virginia was it's getting bad, man. That's by design. And see, and here's the sad part. The kids that are doing this are black. These are black kids doing this. And see, they so stupid and so ignorant. We're the nation's capital. And people are going to come here to visit, to spend money. And these damn idiots chasing everybody away. And now you're going to have to go somewhere else. When stores close down in your community, see, all they doing is spreading that shit to other places. Okay? They spreading it to other stuff. But ain't nobody saying, wait a minute, man. Why are you doing that? And see, first of all, we're going to have to identify who we're dealing with. See, now we're dealing with the offsprings of baby kids. Y'all remember baby kids from the 80s? These their offsprings we're dealing with. And they worse than their parents. See, baby kids are the ones that started the mind your business. See, that's who they started that. Baby kids. Man, go back and look up baby kids. We dealing with their offsprings right now. And see, they want something for nothing. That's all they want. I mean, I saw where they was interviewing a young boy, and he said it was easier for him to steal your shit than to go get a job. That was his mentality. It was easier to steal your shit. How you turn it around? Put your foot up in their ass. Stop cuddling them. That's how you gonna turn it around. You can't treat them like they're human beings, man. They don't understand that. You're going to have to put your foot up in their ass. And then they'll get the message. And see, right now, we got people. Yeah. We got people right now that don't want to see, they don't want to fight. See, you gonna have to, these kids right now, you got to walk with a big ass stick. And when you see them, slap them upside the head. You can't be nice to them. You can't reason with them, man. Because they ain't going to accept that. Because they parents. That mindset, listen, y'all, listen. See, this how slavery is still prevalent today. Okay? It's a mindset. Slavery is a mindset today. It's not physical. See, they enslaving the minds now. All right? And how they doing this is this. See, when welfare kicked in, see, they told the black man, listen, have as many babies as you want, with as many different women as you want. As long as you ain't in the house overnight, we're going to get them welfare. Now, that went down from generation to generation, that with the mindset of something for nothing. Slavery. See, and that's what we're dealing with right now. These young kids want something for nothing. That's why they doing all this crime. Trying to get something for nothing. Even if they got to kill you. They want something for nothing. You better not, listen, you better not in a black neighborhood go and buy some new TVs and a whole bunch of electronics and put them boxes in the trash. Shit, your house gonna get broke in. You throw all your boxes away of what you got, shit, they're gonna break in your house and steal that shit. Okay? They're gonna steal it. But yet, we don't show them one other idea. We ain't showing them no other way that they can succeed but doing this dumb shit. Cause look at all of the dumb shit they do just to get likes and subscribers. They don't come out and do nothing positive. They ought to come out and do some dumb shit. I mean, I saw one kid walking in a random, if he see your door open, he'll just walk in your house for likes. It is. They don't show them nobody positive making it. The only examples they see succeeding is negative bullshit. That's all they see working. They don't see nothing positive working. So consequently, they done lost hope. Because they don't see nothing positive working. And yet, the leadership of the city don't even see that. They don't see it. Man, I just got tired of asking. Here it is. What's the date? This February the 8th. Well. See, here again, man. Look at the music. The music only promotes sex, death, and drugs. That's all their music is promoting. Sex, death, and drugs. That's it. That's it. They don't see nothing else. They don't see nothing else working but something negative. I mean, here it is. This is the 8th of February. I do Black History tours. I ain't booked one tour this month. Not one tour have I booked this month. And it's Black History Month. If anybody should be getting paid, should be me. I ain't booked one tour. And you can't say you don't know I'm in business. Man, let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you. See, this excuse, oh, I didn't know that you was in business. That's a lie. Let me show you something. Even before I started doing this sign, that's where I got the idea from. Look at that. You see that DCBlackTours.com? Let me show you. Man, I was out here heavy. Pushing my website. I got so much hate emails from trying to do this. Man, it wasn't even funny. Even my wife, man, my wife would say, honey, why don't you just give, I ain't giving up them tours, man, because if I quit, they die. The history just gonna die. If I throw the towel in, ain't nobody else trying to tell the story, it's gonna die. I'm trying to find some more. Let me show y'all how hard I was pushing my website, man. I mean, that's how I started. That's how I started. What's going on, Rich? That's how I started. That's how I got. That's how I got into the sign business. Was when I first started my tours, I was on Viator.com, and I was at the time, the only Black history company in DC that was on their website. And I just noticed that all of the tour companies that they were promoting were white. And I said to the lady, I said, what, I'm sending people to you. What I got to do to get into the algorithms of, this stuff? And like typical white people, she said something corny. And I just said, you know what? Take my shit down. Take my shit down. Mr. Fulton, no, take my shit down now. And I had to honor the tours that was in. You're welcome, man. Oh, I can play this song because they don't know. Man, my grandson, y'all, my grandson just put a song on YouTube yesterday. And boy, listen, let me tell you, that boy knocked this thing out the park. Okay, let me show y'all this. Hold on, let me turn it up a little bit. Let me show y'all this. My grandson, I'm proud of that boy. And saying, I gave him this idea. I told him, I said, clone yourself, boy. Clone yourself. And have some competition with yourself. And he said, okay, granddaddy. But look at this. This is my grandson. Right here. Okay, this is my grandson. He just dropped this yesterday. Wait a minute, I gotta unmute it. Oh, here we go. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Let me start it over. Here we go. This is my grandson, y'all. This is my grandson right here. All right? He's a trumpet player, and he plays the piano. That shit bad, boy. You can say what you want. That boy put his foot in that right there, buddy. See, and that's how you use your creativity. Okay? All right? Thank you, Steve. Thank you, man. I'm telling you, that boy put his foot in that song. And see, and I told him, I said, look, don't worry about nobody trying to copy you. Because first of all, they're going to have to figure that shit out. Because it takes a lot of patience to be able to get all that stuff together. And at the same time, see, that's creativity right there. And watch, you're going to start seeing a whole lot of other musicians trying to do the same thing. And I told him, I said, and he's self-taught on the piano. He didn't go to school. He went to school for trumpet. Okay? He went to school for trumpet. Piano, he learned how to play the piano in church. That's where he learned how to play the piano at, in church. And I told him, I said, man, when you do, I said, use your piano and your horn so people can see you gifted. Okay? And he wrote that. The name of it is Can't Get Enough. Can't Get Enough. Okay? Well, he covers Louis Armstrong. Matter of fact, A Wonderful Life. When the actor was pantomiming, it was my grandson behind stage playing the trumpet. That was my grandson. And A Wonderful Life. They was in New Orleans and Chicago. Yeah. Yeah. He was in New Orleans and Chicago. And then they trying to get picked up on Broadway, and they told him that we're going to expand trumpet. We want you to play more songs. And that's more money that he's going to be making. And you know who's the executive producer of this song right here? Me. Man, that joint is nice. And that's his first time out the box trying to do that. And like I told him, man, I said, if your ideas, Jeremiah, are not growing in your mind, they did. They did. Okay? I mean, I tried. Because when I see something, I tell him. And I said, boy, when you play your music, you're always going to have somewhere in there where you can show out a little bit. And see, and the thing I learned about my grandson, watching him play, was when he's playing and he drop his hand and come back up to his trumpet, he getting ready to do some shit. See, that's what I know about notice, let me show you something. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, all the other time, you see my grandson, he's holding his trumpet. But now, watch this, and you're going to see him drop his hand. And when he drop his hand and bring it back up, he getting ready to do some, see, watch. Every time he drop his hand from his horn and he come back up, he finna kick somebody's ass. And that's his style. Every time he's playing and he drop his hand, he's getting ready to go to another level. And I told him, I said, in every song you always have a place where you can show out. Where you can do your thing, you can do it. And see, and with this being his first, he got another one. Let me show you. He got another one. Why that thing at? Let me go back to his page. Let me go back to his page. It's in my history. I know it is. Let's see here. Here we go. Oh, here it is. This one right here. Oh, okay. And the boy just 22 years old. 23 years old. He'll be 24 this year. In November. That's my grandson, man. I keep telling y'all, that boy bad. That boy bad. That boy bad. That boy bad. I mean bad. And I got see, you ain't never seen nobody make a whole song playing with themselves, doing everything. Okay? I'm proud of him, man. And Roberta Flack is his great aunt, and he ain't never met her. He's never met her. That's where he got that music from. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. But when he dropped that, he got another one. Him and my daughter are going on vacation tomorrow, and he's gonna drop some more while he's out of the country. You know, and man, I'm proud of the kid. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I am. I'm proud of him. Well, you know, I told him that he needs to honor her music himself, because he's the last male Flack living. His father is dead. Okay, his father was been dead now, going on 2 years. That his father been dead, and my grandson is the last male Flack living. Okay, the last male Flack living. And matter of fact, Mr. Henry's is where she got her start in D.C. up on Capitol Hill. And my daughter just told me 2 days ago that I should take him on a Wednesday. They have open mic at Mr. Henry's. And to take him, and when they come back, that's what I'm gonna do. One Wednesday, I'm gonna take him up there for open mic. And just let him do his thing, man. Because that's where she got her start. So he's a Flack, and I told him the musical gift is on that, but it ain't on my bloodline. It's on that bloodline. And that's what you need to honor. You know, and honor her, man, with some music. Get some of her music and play it. And now that you can clone yourself. See, he can clone himself now and play all of her songs. Because he know how to do it. And see, when you start, and just think, man, this boy ain't but 23 years old. Think in another 4 or 5 years what he gonna be doing. Okay? That's what I've been trying to tell him. But he wants to build his own. He's trying to make a name for himself. All of them trumpet players from what's his name? The all of them know him. All of them know him. They all know him. All of them famous trumpet players, they all know my grandson. They all know him. They all know him. Etienne Charles. Etienne Charles was at Michigan State. He was trying to get my grandson to come to Florida. Matter of fact, my grandson was staying in his house. He rented his apartment at Michigan State to my grandson, so he'd have a place to stay. Sure did. Yeah, all of them trumpet players know. All of them. Even the boy, what's his name? Let me see. Let me tell you his name. He know my grandson. Know my grandson very well. Matter of fact, my grandson got his number. Wynton Marsalis. My grandson can call Wynton Marsalis right now. Wynton Marsalis. There's another guy. Let me see if I see his name. He ain't even on the list. He ain't even make the list. Damn. Let me see. But my grandson gonna be up there, man. He's gonna be up there with Louis Armstrong, Miles Davis. My grandson gonna be up there with him. He gonna be up there with him. He's just that good. Man, first time I saw my grandson play, I asked my daughter, who is that? She said, Daddy, you know that's Jeremiah. I said, that can't be Jeremiah. She said, I said, that boy good. First time I saw him, I said, who is that? I didn't recognize him. And that's how good he is. And the bass player for Gil Scott-Heron used to, every summer that he would go into the park, have my grandson playing for him. Robbie, I want to say it's Robbie is his name. Let me see. Let me tell you. I'll tell you his name. I think his first name. I know his first name is Robbie. Yeah. Robert Gordon. He was Gil Scott-Heron's bass player. And right now, if he had something, they had like these little musical concerts, then call my grandson. Man, come play with me. That's how this boy done got around. But I always try to encourage him to honor Roberta Flack, because that's what a gift is. That's what a music. And she started on the piano. And you see, my grandson can play the piano, and he learned how to play the piano in church. He didn't go to school for that. He went to school for trumpet. And my grandson he can play the piano. Them organs with the, that you got to step with your foot. Shit, he can wear the hell out of one of them. He can play the hell out of one of them. That's got them things that you got to press with your feet. He can play the hell out of that. Yes, indeed. He's a gifted musician. He's just a gifted musician. And I just try to keep his mind straight, keep his mind right. You know, keep his creativity. Because when I told him, I said, Jeremiah, clone yourself, son. Clone yourself. Playing your music. Ain't nobody has cloned themselves. Not like that. And have y'all ever seen anybody do that? No. And it sounds good. And to be able to get all that stuff at the right, where it's all gelling together, man, that's talent. That's talent right there. And he wrote the song. That's what he wrote. Okay? That's what he wrote. He wrote that song. That's his song he wrote. I said, just make me the executive producer. And when I was up at the Supreme Court, I played it. Today with Trump and FaceTime. So, man, look, here you go. I'm playing your stuff. I played it at the White House and at the Supreme Court. This song. And I'm going to play it every day. I'm going to play that song down in front of that White House. When I'm there, every day, I'm going to play that song. Because it's nice, man. It is on the one. That's my grandson, man. That's my grandson. I'm proud of him. I really am. I'm telling you. And I told the people today, I said, if you like the song, you'll like the video even better. You'll like the video even better. Because listening to the song is one thing, but when you see what he's doing, you'll be like, wow, that's interesting. And see, and he done put a wrinkle on a whole lot of musicians' brains. With that move he did right there, it's a whole lot of musicians, man, how he do that? And I'm just amazed at the timing of everything. Because you notice, if you notice, in some of the shots, he got different clothes on. Notice when he starts out, you see, he's in a t-shirt. Okay? He starts out in a t-shirt. Now look, he done changed clothes. And notice in the other two, see, changed clothes. See? Well, he got the same thing on this. Man, I like that, man. I'm proud of that boy, man. I'm proud of that boy. I'm proud of him. I'm just proud of him. I'm proud of him. Because I told him something and he listened. And it worked. I gave him my idea and he listened and it worked. That's what I'm most proud of. That the idea that I gave him, clone yourself, playing your music, it worked. And I didn't know he was going to do it like that, but it worked. All right? Anyway, and he might be a rags to riches story. You never know. This right here might be a rags to riches story. Because it can only go up. It can't go nowhere else but up. That's because he just started, so the only way it can go is grow. And saying there's no telling what kind of software he's going to come into, editing software. Because my daughter told me the software that he's using now, he paid for it. He actually paid for that editing software. And he might end up inventing some stuff that he can make on his own to help other musicians. But that's what you got to do, man. And I keep telling y'all, you can't. Man, listen. Michigan State have this jazz competition that they do every year in New York. And the first 2 years, well, last year, they didn't even place. The year before, they won. And the year that they didn't place, my grandson wasn't even in the horn section. They didn't feature. My grandson didn't play in that. The rest of them kids was playing, and they hit New York. They was out partying and doing all that stuff. They ain't place. Didn't even place. Okay, that's how bad they was. They didn't even place. And you know, I like I said, man, my grandson, when he's on, ain't nobody out there better than him. Ain't nobody gonna outplay him. And I always told him, son, your range is what's gonna separate you from everybody else. Work on your range. You know, you can hit some notes that they can only dream about. They scared to even try to hit some of the notes you can hit. That's how you separate yourself. And see, when you put your ideas out there, man, you got to be able to separate yourself from the crowd when you put your ideas out. Okay? They're going to have to be it's so good that people going to even be, I can't do that. And like I said, with him cloning himself, and you got to have the patience to be able to gel all that stuff together to make it work. You just can't go in there and edit and, no, man, you got to time that stuff so that it all gels together. And that's time consuming. Don't know how he did it, but he made it work. I know it's time consuming. He made it work. That's my grandson, man. Man, y'all follow my grandson. Subscribe. Let me see how many subscribers he got. Let me see what he got now. Y'all follow him, man. Follow him. He done picked up two. He done picked up 2 tonight. 2 more people, because before I came on, he had 44. He got 46 subscribers now. So he done picked up 2 more people. Somebody in here. I know Steve is one of them. But somebody else just followed my grandson because he done picked up 2 subscribers. He had 44. And see, that's what I'm going to work on so he can get up to 1,000 where he can go live. Because right now, he got to upload all of his stuff. But imagine if he can go live. See, that's what I'm trying to help him do, go live. That's why I play it every day. And tell people, J Flack Productions, subscribe to him. See, and this is what we got to do with young people, encourage them by supporting them. If you see some talent, man, support it. And don't be scared, support it. Give it a chance. And notice, man, he ain't out here robbing, he ain't stealing, he ain't cheating. The boy is using his God-given talent. And people still scared to support that. That's how bad we are as a people. We can see good and still scared. It's almost like folk don't want to see nobody get ahead of them. Don't want to give another person a chance. And you don't know what that person could end up being. All right? Man, thank y'all for joining me. Thank you so very much. Okay? I'll see y'all later. I'm out.